In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a little bit different project. We have all these great videos on EasyStone and all the interesting functions it brings to CorelDRAW for rhinestone design. But what about all of the other cool macros we offer? And we have several. If you go to our Rhinestone Design Shop on our website and go into the freebie section is where you'll find all the demos for the various different macros we offer. And what we're going to be talking about in this video is creating our very own custom font. And we're going to be using EasyFont for this. So if you've never tried out EasyFont, again, go to the website, download the demo. Creating fonts here inside CorelDRAW is very, very simple with our EasyFont plugin. And you can create rhinestone fonts or any type of font, really. And we're going to show you something that's kind of interesting in this video is we're going to be creating a symbol font. So let me show you what we're going to be using for our subject matter. Let's go over to advancedtshirts.com. Now Tom there and his team have created all kinds of great products for designers looking to design t-shirt designs and so forth. Their design plugin is a really interesting plugin for CorelDRAW as well. But they also give us a bunch of free stuff to try out. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So if you go over to their free stuff button on the website, that will take you to all their free goodies, and the very first one is the tail pack. So these athletic tails are very, very common, even in rhinestone designs, very common. And so you can download their free tail pack right there on the website. And that's what we're going to be using to create our custom font. So we'll show you how this is all going to work. So what we're going to do is simply drag and drop that EPS file that we've downloaded from Advanced T-Shirts. And initially it will come in grouped. So we're going to ungroup it. So just click on it, right click and choose ungroup. And then we're going to delete, there's the one little speck of something up there. So we're going to delete that. Now all these tails right now have an outline. So we're going to select all of them, right click on this little X here. That will get rid of the outline, and then we're going to left click and fill it with some color, in this case black. Alright, so then what we're going to do is come over to the Miscellaneous Options tab here in EasyFont and see where it says Export Font. We're going to right click on that button, and all it does is kind of change our documents and sets up a couple of guidelines for us. And then what we're going to do is select all of those tails, and we're going to hit B for bottom and left for left. So now they're all lined up to the bottom of one another and all to the left edge of one another. And then we're going to select that whole lot and we're going to scale it up. Scale it up so the tails are as big as they can be without going over the page limits. But this tail is a bit wild, so we're going to shrink him back down more in line with the other ones so it doesn't extend beyond that page. And now we're ready to export our symbol font. So we're going to select the whole lot, come in here to Export Font, and this dialog box will appear and we can give it a name. Now in my case, I'm going to use AA Athletic Tails is what I'm going to be using, and we're going to output the font to the desktop, and we're going to choose, I'm actually going to copy this, so whatever you choose to name it, copy it and then choose Export Font, and up will come this dialog box. And for family name, I just use the same thing, family name Athletic Tails, symbol font. All the other options here we can just kind of leave those as is for now, and then we're going to go ahead and click OK. And up will pop up this dialog box. And then we can assign a letter for this particular tail. Now, what I would suggest you do is kind of get an overview of those tails. And as we're going through and assigning what character we want for this tail, we have to think about, you know, is this particular style something I'm going to use a lot, not so much, whatever. In this case, this is probably a tail that I wouldn't use as much, so we'll go ahead and assign it to the lowercase b. And then we have this one, and oh, I kind of like that one, and we can assign it to whatever character we want. Okay, so you don't have to do this in any kind of logical order. So let's just say L, and we'll do M and N, and you know, that's one I kind of like. I'll do C, and I like that one too. So that'll be one of my favorites. And A, that'll be one of my favorites. That's maybe my favorite one. And then we'll just kind of go on down the alphabet here. You can, again, just sign these tails to whatever letter you want. And it's going to go through and keep popping open this dialog box. until we have all of the letters defined. Now you can see that some of these letters are highlighted and some of them are kind of grayed out. So the ones that are highlighted are the ones that we've already assigned, and the other ones obviously we have not yet assigned. So we're going to go ahead and let's see here. Let's go, how about Z for that one? And we'll do K for that one. So whatever you want to do. And you can always come back in and edit your font later as far as assigning characters and so forth. That's kind of a fun one. We'll do P for that one, Q, R. And if it works out, we started with 28 of them. So if it works out properly, you should use all of your capital letters and 2 of your lowercase letters, if we did it correctly. Now it looks like that is our last tail, and you can see all of our capital letters have been used up except W. We're going to define that one now, and then our lowercase a and b. Okay? So now our font has been created. So what we're going to do now is we're going to minimize CorelDRAW. So let's minimize CorelDRAW, and here's that font that we created. And if I double click on the font, see all of our athletic tails are in that font. But to install this font, we're simply going to right click and choose install. And that's it. That's all you need to do to install a font. So now back over here in CorelDRAW, what we're doing is grab our text tool here and let's choose AA, right? And there's AA athletic tails right there. So now if we type in A with our athletic tail font, you can see what we get. We get an athletic tail. Pretty nifty, huh? So we can come in here and if we type in capital B, C, D. So anytime you want a particular tail, that's how you can access it, just by going through and finding. And the more you use this particular tail font, you know, the more you're going to recall which ones that you want to use the most. So, and you can just kind of go through and see that they're all there. And then once you're happy with a particular tail, then we can go ahead and convert it to a curve, and that takes it out of being a font, and now we just have our athletic tail. So we'll just do a quick little design here. You've seen me do this before in other videos. So there's our word cheerleader, and then what we're going to do is come in with our brush script font, and we're going to scale this a little bit, get it about the size that we want it to be, and then I'm going to apply an envelope to it. And then I'm just going to select these 3 nodes and drag this down here. And there we have our finished design. No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't look very good, does it? So we'll finesse it a little bit more. But yeah, don't be afraid. Click off, click back on. We can click on an individual node and control, you know, how get these control handles and really fine tune exactly how we want this to look. So experiment, explore, because that's the only way you learn. You know, they don't really teach you this stuff in school when you go to be a graphic artist or whatever. So you just have to kind of learn as you go and what works and what doesn't work. And we'll just kind of just finesse these down a little bit. You can grab these control points here and get this kind of finessed however you want it to look. We'll grab this control handle and maybe we'll push this up a little bit. You know, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. Just whatever you think looks good. So let's just say we're going to go with that right there. And then what I would do is I would go ahead and select both of these, weld them together, and then just clean this up. You can see how this tail is as it sits right now. So we'll just double click on it. These are all of our nodes, and I just come in here and delete some of them, and we can, you know, clean this up fairly quickly. So we'll go ahead and pull this down, maybe grab this control handle and you'll see how that tail gets switched up a little bit. Maybe delete that node. And if something happens that you think, oh wow, I really didn't want that effect, just don't panic. You can edit these results pretty easily just by grabbing these control handles a little bit and making those small changes till you get the exact look that you're looking for. Maybe we'll just slide this in a little bit. Okay, so maybe we're happy with that. And there is our cheerleader design with our athletic tail. So try that out and definitely take a look at the other products that Advanced T-Shirt offers, because they have a bunch of good stuff. And I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm creating a custom font with CorelDRAW and EasyFont. Thanks for watching.